I'm 103 years old, and it took me 76 years to learn the one thing I'm about to tell you. I didn't learn it in school, didn't learn it from my parents, didn't learn it when I was young, strong, or ambitious. I learned it slowly through mistakes, through regret, through watching time quietly take things away while I wasn't paying attention. So before you scroll, before you think this doesn't apply to me, just listen for a moment. Because if you're young, you still have what I don't. This channel is called Young vs. Old, but this isn't a competition. It's a conversation. I've lived through wars, lost love, failure, success, and long nights staring at the ceiling wondering where my life went. And you, whether you're 20, 30, or even 40, are standing at a place I once stood. Back then, I thought I had time. I thought mistakes were cheap. I thought I'd figure things out later. Later came faster than I expected. Young people ask me questions now. They ask about money, about relationships, about happiness, about purpose. And almost every question sounds different, but they all circle the same fear. What if I waste my life? I didn't know that was the question I should have been asking when I was young. I was too busy chasing the wrong answers. So let me tell you a story, not a perfect one, not a heroic one, just an honest one. When I was young, we didn't talk about life lessons. We didn't call it old wisdom. We just lived and hoped things would turn out okay. No internet, no self-help books everywhere, no videos telling us how to optimize our lives. We learned by falling down, and we fell down a lot. I remember being 27, strong back, fast mind, big plans. I believed effort alone guaranteed success, that love would somehow work itself out, that my health would always be there. I thought regret was something old people complained about because they didn't try hard enough. That was my first mistake. Young people today ask better questions than we did, but they still make the same mistakes, just faster. Different tools, same human brain. You chase money thinking it will buy freedom. You chase approval thinking it will buy confidence. You delay difficult choices because discomfort feels optional. We did the same. We just didn't have a word for it. At 50, I thought I was still young. At 70, I thought I still had time. At 90, I realized time had been quietly making decisions for me. That's the thing about life. It doesn't warn you when a chapter ends. It just turns the page. The biggest regret I hear from people my age isn't about failure. It's about delay. I should have said something. I should have left sooner. I should have taken care of myself. I should have spent more time with them. Not I failed. I waited. That's what took me 76 years to understand. Waiting feels safe, but it's expensive. Let me explain how I learned this the hard way. I stayed in a job I disliked for 31 years, not because it was terrible, but because it was good enough pay, good enough stability, good enough respect. I told myself I was being responsible, but deep down I was afraid of starting over, afraid of looking foolish, afraid of losing what I had, even if what I had wasn't what I wanted. Every year, I said. Next year, I'll change. Next year came. So did excuses. I watched younger people leave. Try new paths, fail, try again. I judged them quietly. They're reckless. They don't appreciate stability. The truth, they scared me because they were brave in a way I wasn't. Relationships were no different. I loved deeply, but spoke carefully. I didn't want to cause conflict, didn't want to say the wrong thing, didn't want to risk losing people. So I swallowed words, and swallowed words turn into distance. I lost people not because I hurt them, but because I never showed them who I really was. That regret sits heavy. Health is another quiet thief. When you're young, your body forgives you. Late nights, bad food, ignored pain. You think you're getting away with it. You're not. You're just borrowing. And one day, the bill arrives. I wish I had treated my body like something I needed for a long journey, not a disposable tool. Here's the lesson I didn't understand until I was oldie. Life doesn't punish you for big mistakes. It punishes you for small ones repeated daily. The conversation you avoid, the dream you postpone, the care you don't take, those add up quietly. Young people ask me, what should I do with my life? I can't answer that, but I can tell you what not to do. Don't confuse comfort with happiness. Don't confuse busy with meaningful. Don't confuse fear with logic. Fear sounds reasonable when it speaks softly. I waited for confidence before acting. Confidence never came. Action comes first. Confidence follows, if you're lucky. That's old wisdom people don't like hearing. I didn't waste my life completely, but I wasted enough of it to recognize the pattern. And that's why I'm telling you this now. If I could hand you 5 things, no slogans, no cliches, just practical advice carved from regret, it would be this. First, stop waiting for clarity. Clarity comes from movement, not thinking. Most people don't fail because they choose wrong. They fail because they choose nothing. Take a step, adjust later. Second, say the difficult things sooner. Kindness without honesty becomes distance. Speak while the relationship is still alive, not at the funeral. Third, take care of your body like your future depends on it. Because it does. Health isn't about looking good. It's about keeping your options. Fourth, don't let fear dress itself up as responsibility. Sometimes being realistic is just fear wearing glasses. Question it. Fifth, spend time where time gives back. People, skills, moments that grow, not shrink. Money replaces itself. Time doesn't. These aren't rules. They're reminders. You'll still make mistakes. Just make new ones, not inherit ones. If you learn this at 20, you'll live differently than I did at 40. If you learn it at 30, you'll still save decades. If you learn it at 50, it's still not too late. But earlier is cheaper. I'm 103 years old. Most of my friends are gone. My body moves slower than my mind, and my days are quieter. But my mind is clear enough to know this. A wasted life doesn't happen all at once. It happens one postponed decision at a time. If this story stirred something in you, don't ignore it. Sit with it, reflect. Ask yourself one honest question today. What am I waiting for? If you're young, don't rush, but don't sleepwalk either. If you're older, don't give up. Change still counts. This is young v as old, not to prove who's right, but to shorten the distance between wisdom and youth. If this helped you, subscribe, not for me, but for the version of you who doesn't want to learn everything the hard way. And remember, you still have time. Just don't waste it the way I did.